1964, a year etched in memory, a year of seismic shifts. The world watched, breathless, as history unfolded. From the streets of America to the rice paddies of Vietnam, change was afoot. The old order crumbled, challenged by new voices, new ideas. It was a year of triumph and tragedy, of progress and conflict, a year that continues to shape our world even today. This is the story of 1964. In America, the fight for civil rights raged on. The streets were filled with passionate voices demanding justice and equality. People from all walks of life came together, united by a common goal, to end the systemic oppression that had plagued the nation for centuries. The struggle was intense, marked by both moments of despair and triumph. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, a landmark achievement, outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This piece of legislation was a monumental step forward, a beacon of hope for millions who had long been marginalized. It signaled a new era, one where the ideals of freedom and equality were enshrined in law. This victory was hard-won, forged in the fires of protest and the courage of countless individuals. The streets echoed with the chants of those who refused to be silenced. Their bravery and resilience became the bedrock upon which this new chapter in American history was built. Each protest, each march, was a testament to the unyielding spirit of the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King Jr., a beacon of hope, continued his tireless advocacy for equality. His speeches, filled with eloquence and passion, inspired millions. He became the face of the movement, a symbol of the relentless pursuit of justice. His dream of a world where people were judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin resonated deeply with many. Across the globe, the winds of change swept through Africa. The continent was undergoing a transformation, as nations sought to reclaim their sovereignty and identity. The spirit of independence was palpable, and the celebrations were a testament to the resilience and determination of the African people. Numerous African nations, throwing off the shackles of colonialism, declared independence. Leaders emerged, guiding their countries through the tumultuous process of nation-building. These moments were filled with both hope and uncertainty, as newly independent states navigated the challenges of self-governance and development. This wave of decolonization reshaped the political landscape, giving rise to new hopes and new challenges. The world watched as Africa charted its own course, with each nation striving to create a future defined by its own values and aspirations. The journey was far from easy, but the spirit of independence and the desire for self-determination fueled the continent's progress. The airwaves crackled with a new sound. From Liverpool, England, four young men, the Beatles, took the world by storm. Their music, a fusion of rock and roll, pop and R&B, transcended borders and languages. Beatlemania gripped the globe, uniting a generation in a shared cultural experience. The Beatles' impact went beyond music. Their rebellious spirit, their message of peace and love, resonated with a youth culture yearning for change. From fashion to hairstyles, their influence was undeniable, marking a turning point in global popular culture. 1964 witnessed technological leaps that captured the imagination. Ford unveiled the Mustang, a car destined to become an American icon, symbolizing freedom and the open road. This sleek, affordable sports car ignited a passion for automobiles, forever changing the automotive landscape. Meanwhile, humanity's reach extended beyond Earth. Mariner 4, an unmanned spacecraft, completed a historic flyby of Mars, sending back the first close-up images of the Red Planet. This remarkable achievement fueled our fascination with space exploration, igniting dreams of one day reaching for the stars. Even as the world marveled at technological progress and cultural revolutions, a dark cloud gathered over Southeast Asia. The Vietnam War, a conflict that would divide nations and scar a generation, escalated. American involvement deepened, drawing the United States further into the quagmire. The conflict cast a long shadow, impacting global politics and fueling anti-war sentiments. The horrors of war, broadcast into living rooms through the burgeoning medium of television, brought the brutality of conflict into sharp focus. Section 6, A World Divided, A World Transformed. The year 1964 unveiled a world grappling with its contradictions. It was a year that saw the world teetering on the edge of profound change, with every headline and newsreel capturing the essence of a society in flux. People everywhere were trying to make sense of the rapid transformations happening around them. It was a time of great promise and deep uncertainty, a time of both division and unity. Social movements were gaining momentum, and the streets were alive with the voices of those demanding change. From civil rights marches to public celebrations, the air was thick with a sense of possibility and hope. The Cold War, a constant backdrop, continued to shape international relations, dividing the world into two ideological camps. The tension between the United States and the Soviet Union was palpable, influencing every aspect of global politics. Leaders like Khrushchev and Johnson were at the forefront of this ideological battle, each representing a different vision for the future. The threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. Civil defense drills became a part of everyday life, and the fear of a nuclear war was ever present. Yet, even in the face of such dire threats, people found ways to voice their opposition, with anti-nuclear protests becoming a powerful symbol of resistance. Yet, amidst these tensions, there was a palpable sense of change, a yearning for a better world. The civil rights movement, the anti-war protests, and the voices of leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. echoed through the streets, calling for justice, peace, and equality. These movements were not just about opposing the status quo, they were about envisioning a future where everyone could live with dignity and respect. The cultural revolutions all pointed towards a future where equality, peace, and understanding might prevail. The cultural landscape was also shifting, with music, art, and literature reflecting the changing times. Events like Woodstock brought together diverse communities, celebrating unity and the shared human experience. It was a time when the world seemed to be on the cusp of a new era, one where the ideals of equality and peace could finally take root and flourish. Section 7. Echoes of 1964. The echoes of 1964 reverberate through time. The events of that pivotal year continue to shape our world in profound ways. The Civil Rights Act stands as a testament to the ongoing struggle for equality, reminding us that the fight for justice is never truly over. The technological advancements of 1964 laid the groundwork for the digital age, fundamentally changing the way we live, work, and interact with the world. Section 8. The Enduring Legacy. The legacy of 1964 is complex and multifaceted. It was a year that saw monumental shifts in society, politics, and culture. From the civil rights movement gaining momentum to the political upheavals that shaped the future, 1964 was a pivotal year in history. It is a legacy of progress and setbacks, of hope and disillusionment. The streets were filled with voices demanding change, and while some victories were achieved, many battles were left to be fought. The spirit of activism was alive, but so were the forces of resistance. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for a brighter future. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. inspired millions with their vision of equality and justice. While the memory of JFK's leadership continued to influence the nation's conscience, the human spirit yearns for a brighter future. Communities came together, families found strength in unity, and children played with the hope that their world would be better than the one their parents knew. It was a time of both innocence and awakening. The challenges faced in 1964, racial injustice, political polarization, the threat of war, continue to resonate today. The Vietnam War protests highlighted the growing discontent with government policies, while civil rights movements exposed the deep-seated inequalities in society. The threat of war continued to resonate today. The Cold War cast a long shadow over global politics, and election campaigns were battlegrounds for competing visions of the future. The struggles of 1964 are not just historical footnotes, they are ongoing narratives that shape our present. Yet so too does the spirit of that era, the belief in the power of collective action, the pursuit of equality, and the unwavering hope for a better tomorrow. Social movements and community organizing efforts laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the fight for justice and equality. The unwavering hope for a better tomorrow. Inspirational speeches echoed through the years, community celebrations fostered a sense of belonging, and youth movements injected new energy into the quest for a fairer world. The legacy of 1964 endures, reminding us that the pursuit of a better tomorrow is a timeless endeavor. 1964, a year of upheaval, transformation, and enduring legacy. A year that witnessed humanity at its best and at its worst. It was a year that forced the world to confront its demons and to dream of a more just and equitable future. As we look back on the events of 1964, we are reminded that history is not merely a collection of dates and events, but a tapestry woven from the threads of human experience, our struggles, our triumphs, and our enduring capacity for change.